And you raised some interesting points, Faz, because you see the physical side of things in terms of your coaching and online business. I've seen the mental side of things from, clinical medicine, where patients have come to me, a lot of men, and, they're going through this exactly just as you described. In their mid-40s, they're going through this almost existential crisis where kids have grown up, they've kind of left the nest, wife's come back to work, she's got her own business perhaps, so he's no longer the main breadwinner. And he probably saw his father working in the coal mines, working in steel factories, working in the cotton mills, being the sole provider, and his mother being at home, being a stay-at-home wife. And, we've seen now, almost the workforce is almost 60% women and 40% men. Obviously, certain jobs are, much more skewed, but overall, there's much more women going to university. There's much more women actually, taking up employment, whether that's full-time or part-time employment. But certainly, in terms of the stats from the bird's eye view, there's much more women in employment at any given time than there are men. So that does kind of throw up this existential crisis for a lot of men. And the biggest killer of men under 45, as we know, is suicide. It's not road traffic accidents, it's not cancer or diabetes. It's actually suicide, and men are logical kind of a solution solution seekers, problem solvers, and some of the things I've seen anyway, failed suicide attempts, men do obliterate themselves, and that's something which I talk a lot about in my podcast online. Men always find the most heinous ways to obliterate themselves, like, in front of a car, off a bridge, or, something which is very dramatic, a dramatic end to the pain. And there's a lot of pain hidden underneath. I think most men have some kind of, existential pain, just because we're the first generation now on the cusp in terms of, gender roles have changed. For the last 10,000 years, man was hunter-gatherer, or up until the 70s, man was the hunter-gatherer who went to the coal mines, who went to, collect the garbage. And now we've got jobs behind a desk. Now it's much more, much more equality in terms of women and men working. So men are certainly experiencing these existential kind of bouts of depression and anxiety.